40% from the future high-level content music trial. So we're also doing that high-level task force as well.
I think we definitely, for every issue going forward, we want to have something, some incarnate content. We hope to continue to develop incarnate trials with every issue, but that doesn't mean we're abandoning task and strike forces at all. They are a
small level team.
I'm sorry?
For more like single team battles.
Yeah, we definitely will continue. Well, I mean, for example, the BAF is actually, you can run the BAF with a single team, or yeah, the BAF with a single team.
Okay.
So, but we will continue to develop content for all levels of group play, as well as solo.
All right, this is a pretty simple question. I was wondering if you guys were planning on putting in more fusion abilities, and I call it fusion ability, for example, oil slick with fire.
Come on.
Or abilities where people can combine their powers to make a stronger ability, or even have shared effects on an ability. Have you guys thought about doing that anymore with any other powers, or maybe water or electricity if you're going to make water, or anything of that nature?
Water is a tough one. Like actually, the energy power sets were originally water, actually called the knockback and so forth, but we never get it looking quite right. It's at least not at an acceptable frame rate. As far as combining abilities, is that what you're asking about?
Yeah, for the most part, yes. Just being able to, build off each other's ability. Maybe if you did something like you're frozen, I use fire, and you know how that effect can make your attack be stronger because you was frozen, and then the heat.
That's a pretty good idea. Actually, that's something I know we've discussed this before, but I'll have to follow up.
Okay.
I'll have to follow up, but it is a good idea. I know that we often build into, for example, the winter event, people with fire power sets are a little stronger in those. At the same time, what we try to prevent is the situation where, in order to defeat and encounter, what you need is exactly this array of power sets, because that's not really sort of the ethos of City of Heroes. What we want is everybody to feel powerful. But that is a good idea, and so it's something we can explore.
Regarding the team-up teleporter, does that kind of eventually apply to other things besides just the multi-team trials? So for example, if you're looking for a group or a task force, you can just kind of put yourself in a queue, and when enough people sign up, you can just go right to it?
We do plan to add other content to the team-up teleporter over time. We want to do it in a way that doesn't sort of overwhelm the UI. We want it to remain simple to use, but it is technology that we'll continue to build on. So I mean, I know we definitely want to get things like hand-on raids in there.
Thanks.
Talking about the team teleporter, and we briefly mentioned it earlier on, it's a great way to actually participate in the endgame content for our solo casual players. I know that they've been asking for opportunities to run those trials. And from the beta sessions that we've had in the past couple of weeks, it's definitely enabled them to be there and to do the rewards.
Next question.
Clearly, you guys have a strong focus on character customization. Like in some MMOs, your stats are based on whatever your guy's wearing. In this, you can dress your guy however you want, and you've got like 5 different costume outfits. And I know you're always making more stuff. I was wondering when we're going to get more villain costumes available, like the NPC stuff, like Seers, Praetorian Clockwork. And also just more street clothes options, like simple stuff, like the day job outfit.
Not very superheroic.
Street clothes options are things that we discussed, and then in the future you will see more villain parts as costume pieces. The one thing we want to do is we want to we don't want to ever make it possible for anyone to look exactly like one of the villains just with their standard costume. We do allow you to, we do occasionally these costumes that let you mimic the villain sets, but we do want to retain some unique pieces for villains along the way, but we are going to continue to proliferate villain pieces into the character creator. Alright, cool. In fact, it's part of like whenever we create new villain groups, that's part of what we're doing from now on.
Hi. I just wanted to clarify something that I saw on the webpage. It suggested that the league system would be cross-server. I didn't know if that was being implemented with issue 20 or if that's still in the works.
Not with issue 20, it's under investigation for the future.
When everyone's super, no one will be.
Possible repairman.
With the incarnate system, when everyone's an incarnate, how are you going to allow people to distinguish themselves from the masses?
That's a good question. We're going to, well, for one thing, the incarnate trees, as they exist now, are going to continue to get wider. We want to continue to build choices into the incarnate system so that everyone is not unique. But in addition, we continue, just add lots of ways for players to create. We're always adding new power sets, new costume pieces, and so forth to help maintain some of that differentiation as well. But I'd say the main route is by expanding the trees over time.
Expanding the trees.
Yeah. So
the solution to giving everybody more power is to give everybody more power.
differentiation.
Okay. Thank you.
I was wondering, with things like the team teleporter, enabling people to more easily find teams anywhere, I was wondering if we were ever going to see any more functionality for actual supergroups and supergroup bases.
Definitely. We're going to continue working on all systems.
Cool. Hey, so I got a question for you guys, and I got a question for the other people in this room. And first, can I second the bit about the street clothes? Because I'm addressing my characters. A big part of why I'm here, yes. So in the interest of full disclosure, I should say that Black Scorpion is like my best friend ever. And it's really kind of embarrassing to me that every time I talk to Tim about the game, and I'm really psyched to have been able to see issue 23 because I've been hearing so much about this for so long. But yeah, I'm having a little trouble getting into it. I'm a casual player with the time difference and my schedule. I don't have a lot of time. So you kind of answered my question for you, which is what is there for people like me who want to see some of this cool stuff and are like maybe 10 player hours out of the newbie zone and have been for 2.5 years in City of Heroes. And my question for the room is, yeah, in anticipation of you guys being here, I patched up my game and I'm really psyched. And anybody in here have a BYOC spot? Come find me in the back of the room. Give me a hand.
Not in front.
Excellent. All right, so thank you guys.
Thank you. Tim's awesome.
Yeah, let him visit more. Honestly, you want him more.
He likes that, that's why.
How's it going, guys? I was just wondering more about, you talked about the weekly strike target a lot. Have you guys been looking at any feedback from the things that happened in the weekly strike target in the past, like Sister Psyche, a little bit?
Sure.
When I run it here, I hear a lot of complaints, but like, are you guys looking at the player feedback from these task forces now that more and more people are running them?
We are, definitely. I mean, with infinite resources, we remake them constantly. What we do want to do is continue to improve some of the legacy content that gets run a lot. Like for example, when we did the Positron task force, that's the first task force in the game. It was one of the oldest pieces of content in the game, and we broke it up into a couple more manageable pieces. That's something we want to continue to look at for the game for the future, because there are a lot of great stories out there. And there's a lot of great content, and there are also a lot of things in there that we've just advanced as a game and as a team in the 7 years. So we definitely continue to do that. In addition to the weekly strike target, we're going to expand the pool of things that you're playing into trials and so forth as well.
More power set deliberating.
Hey, so as it stands now, Pretoria is kind of a third beginning to the game, and then at level 20 you just split off and become a hero or a villain. I was wondering if there were any plans for post-level 20 Praetorian content, or just some way for Praetorians to fight against Emperor Cole without necessarily having to go down the same paths as all the people who started in Primal Earth.
There